Baby, 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 in the mentions, I move fully automatic, like a semi. From a Glock, then I'm extended. I put 20s in my pocket, stretch my denim. I'm the jack of all trades, I'm the Don Shot, taking me commission, yeah. Trying to do it, so I did it. Yeah, took a 5 to a 10, 25.
What's up, y'all? It's the Baby Don, and I'm checking in with Tidewater Waves today.
Yeah, appreciate you pulling up.
For sure.
Yeah, so yeah, you've been doing your thing out here. Checked out the music, just how you handle your brand. So I want to salute that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. So getting into it, we're gonna start out. Who are you? Where are you from?
Man, I'm Baby Don, 19 years old, straight from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm a musician. I'm an artist, singer, rapper, dancer, entertainer, whatever you want to call it. I just love to be on stage. But always been doing music, so music is my life. So we can see where it takes me.
All right. Okay. So when did you discover that music was your life? What was that first experience?
That first experience was real young. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've just always been into music. I remember real young. I was like probably 2 or 3. My mom, was playing some music, and she used to tell me the story all the time. That I was bopping my head, to the music, and right then she kind of knew that I was into music. But I really found out probably when I was like 9, 10 years old, and I remember hearing, I think it was Justin Bieber or somebody on the radio. I was like, I don't know who that is, but I want to be just like that. I want to be on the radio. I want everybody to know my name. I want everybody to know me. So that's kind of how I got into it, listening to the radio.
Dope. So, just listening to the radio, you got a lot of different type of music. Where did you pull your inspiration from in terms of like what type of music resonated with you?
At a really young age, pop music really resonated with me. A lot of people, know me as a rapper, see me as a rapper, but a lot of people don't know, like, pop music really is kind of like where my heart is. Because Justin Bieber was my real big influence when I was younger. So, but I feed from a lot of different things. There's really no genre for my music. I can't even tell you what my genre of my music is. So my inspiration comes from everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I feel like in true Virginia fashion, it's like, a melting pot.
Yeah.
Different styles and all that. So,
right.
Yeah, so with the pop, Justin Bieber, is that somebody it was kind of like a subconscious, inspiration, or did you like kind of study in a way? Like, man, I kind of want to do things like this. So like you said, a full entertainment scale.
Right. I would say, Full Throttle, like, I wanted to be him at a certain point in time. Justin Bieber and Mindless Behavior, like, those were the 2 main people that I like, from the choreography to, just watching the movies. They're never, I forget what the movie was called, but it was one of the documentaries about, how we got famous. I used to watch that every day after I got out of school. I was like, I want this to be my story. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, speaking of your story, we'll get into Dawn of Don.
Yes.
New project just dropped a week ago.
Yep.
Y'all go check that out. But so what was the inspiration behind that?
I just felt like I took a little bit of a break, getting myself together. I started off as a child artist. I had always been doing music. Everybody knew that. So kind of growing up, graduating college, or not college, high school, kind of getting myself together for adulthood mentally. I wanted to put it out in a project a little bit, and my project really reflects my versatility. Because people don't know that I do pop, I wanted to throw a little bit of that in there, I just wanted to give the people a surprise. I wanted to give them something that they haven't heard from me before, so that's kind of where it came from.
Okay, bet. And you said, I know you put on Instagram, it's like a restart or like a, reintroduction of you.
Yep.
So like what have you put out in the past, like in terms of like music projects? What are some of your favorites from like, when you were first starting out?
Oh, that's a good question. Can You Ride was probably one of my favorite songs for a really long time. That was a pop song that I was singing. And again, that's what I really like. So Can You Ride was a really big record for me. And I went on a school tour, and people love that song. Like, the kids, they were like, I came back from the tour like 2 years later, and the kids were singing it. Like, so yeah, so Can You Ride is probably one of my favorite records I've done.
Okay, dope.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, also speaking like, in the past, like what are some of the things you've learned over your journey that you put into this new project, Dawn of Don?
Consistency. Like I was not, I can admit it, I was not consistent when I was younger. I would drop some music, I'd dip off for a little bit, but nah, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things I would tell any artist is just stay consistent, because the moment you're not dropping something, they're looking for somebody else. They're, looking for entertainment in somebody else. So I'm consistent, Dawn of Dawn, this was literally the start of consistency from the Baby Dawn. So that's what I tell myself.
Okay, and I know you don't waste time in the studio.
Nah.
Yeah, I checked out your YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you were talking about just how your creative process, you just like to get things done. So is that how you handled this project?
Yeah, this, and believe it or not, this project, like some of those songs I had written probably 2 years ago. I just wanted to pick and choose the certain songs that I really wanted people to remember me by. So yeah, when I go into the studio, don't waste any time. My process is I go into the studio ready. You know what I'm saying? Songs ready. I just go in there and I, finish it off. Just put the final touches on it. So.
Or So what's the process before the studio? Like, how do you write? What's your writing style? Where do you pull, your content inspiration from? Yeah.
Usually, I have a producer send me a beat. Sometimes I'll just write. Without a beat. I'll just, think of a melody in my head or something. But really my process is write the whole entire song out from start to finish. And I may, it may be chunks and pieces that I come back to and everything, but really just completing the whole entire song before I even hit the studio. And then when I get there, kind of feed off of my own energy, adding those ad-libs, adding those little melodies in the background, stuff like that. So, but yeah.
No. So, yeah, also with writing, when did that come about in terms of like, because, you got people that do music and just have a calling for it.
Right.
You just kind of, but like get into it. But when you had to like, all right, I need to sit down and kind of figure out, because I know it's like a way or something you got to study.
Right.
So when did that like change for you come about in terms of like, all right, really curating your writing style?
I would say probably around 16 years old is when I really was like, I need to focus on what I'm saying. I need to focus on the structure of the song. Because, I went to the Governor School of the Arts, so the foundation of music was very solid for me. So very structural on, reading music. And I didn't know how to read music, by the way. I still don't know how to read music. Somehow I know how to play it. But, I took that kind of serious when I turned 16 because I was like, something's got to be different, to set me apart from all these other artists, because now everybody wants to do music. So just really taking the time to really figure out what I'm trying to say and what message I'm trying to convey. Probably about 15, 16.
Okay, dope. So how was that experience at Governor School? Like, you were able to really tap into certain resources and, they give a great education there. So how was that for you?
It was, I had the time of my life. Shout out to all of my teachers if anybody, ends up watching this. But I had a ball, man. I went there for instrumental music, actually. I'm a percussionist, a classically trained percussionist. So the timpani, the xylophone, all that stuff, I did it. But they gave me really big opportunities there at the Governor School of the Arts. We got to travel at a really young age. Most people in the public school system, don't get the opportunity to do that. So it was just really dope being like because I was in the orchestra. Being in the orchestra and being a rapper, it kind of just helps you get a deeper appreciation for all types of music. And that's really when I started to really take my music serious, was when I entered the Governor School of the Arts. So.
Oh, okay. So you into like producing it all?
I tried to tap into it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the greatest, but if it becomes an opportunity where I really sit down and learn how to do it, which will be coming soon, I'm definitely gonna tap into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So be producing your own stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
Well, salute. Yeah, dope. So who are some of the other producers, or like how do you pick who you work with as far as that side of music?
Right. It's kind of crazy because one of my first tracks I ever made, my cousin actually produced for me. I don't even think, I have it on streaming platforms anymore, but I should upload it. But tapping into local producers, I feel like I was an attribute that I really lacked at a young age. I wasn't networking. I wasn't connecting with anybody back in the day. And I'm just now really starting to tap into that. I'm not gonna lie, I was that artist that to type in, okay, Justin Bieber type beat, da-da-da type beat on YouTube, stuff
Be
like
some
that.
hard YouTube beats though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they hard.
Yeah.
Some of them real hard. And shout out to all the YouTube producers on YouTube. Been looking at you. But yeah. I just got to network more. Need to tap in with more of these local producers. Hopefully, if y'all see this, tap in with them.
Or
Yep.
So yeah, how about features as well? I know, like I said, I checked out the videos, so like venturing out, and just connecting with different artists. How you feel about that? Like right now, things opening back up, people are looking more to collaborate.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited for the upcoming collaborations that I have. I've been networking and actually being in the studio with a lot of different artists. Shout out to Biggs and his team. They have a really good network. You can go in there and you can just create with, other artists and stuff. But my most recent and really my only collaboration was with Pretty Boy on our song Pray, which was actually a song about the pandemic. So, but I'm definitely looking for more features, ready to get those in. So tap in before, we get real global.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I mean, these days with the internet, you do a great job of that. Like, you're able to just reach out and everything is, somebody may be thousands of miles away, but click of a button, you connected with them. So
yeah, definitely love utilizing the internet. It's a great tool. So
we'll get into this next question. I want to talk about TikTok and social media, but also before we get into that, like, how did the pandemic affect you? You said you had a song about it, but just, your creative process, business and personal.
I would say I really zoned into myself during the pandemic, like, figuring out what I'm going to do with my music, what type of artist I'm going to be. So I spent a lot of time writing in 2020. I have a lot of songs that I wrote that I haven't released yet in 2020. So the pandemic humbled me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it humbled a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that collaboration with Pretty Boy, it was just a song about the pandemic. Everybody was stressed out. All that stuff was going on. With the police brutality and all that. Like, so that's basically what I'm speaking on the whole song. So
yeah, dope. Yeah, it was definitely a long year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and just people had to, like you say, really tap into yourself and just whatever it is that you enjoy doing, you had to kind of find a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, dope. So, just beyond the pandemic, how do you feel about performing shows and just kind of, getting out here live stuff?
Look, man, if it's one thing about my artistry, man, is I put on a show, okay? If you've never been to a Don show or the Baby Don show, come check me out, man, because that's really I feel like that's what I was really born to do, was to be on the stage and be a true entertainer. That's my favorite thing to do. That's my favorite part of my artistry. I love it more than going to the studio, more than writing, anything. If I'm up on stage, I just want to give people a show.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, speaking of, you call yourself an entertainer, have you dabbled with acting as well?
Actually, yes. That's really where I started breaking into the music industry. I was with Studio Center, did some really cool jobs, did some commercials, a lot of voiceover talent that I did. It was fun. I definitely still, if I get the opportunity, I still get calls sometimes to do some acting gigs. So yeah, definitely still tapping into that.
Okay, dope. So yeah, with your shows, what's your ideal for you? Just you had whatever resources you needed to just set up. Like say if you was playing at the Garden,
right,
or Coachella or something. How does that look to you?
If I would, I'm telling you right now, Madison Square Garden, that is by far, that's the number one place that I want to perform. If I don't do anything else in this life with music, I have to perform at Madison Square Garden. But the production's going to be crazy. I'm a very colorful person. It's going to be lights everywhere, fire, smoke, dancers everywhere. We're going to be in the crowd with it. So, yeah, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, true performance. So who are some of the people that, you feel are top tier when it comes to performances? If you, go to any shows or just what you see on the internet?
I would say definitely Chris Brown, too. He puts on a show. Chris Brown puts on a show. Kalani is a great singer live. That's one of my favorite artists. But Travis Scott as well. You know what I'm saying? He gives the crowd energy, and I love that. I love watching Travis Scott perform. So definitely probably my top three.
Okay. So how about just music? music wise? I know you said Justin Bieber probably be 1, 2, and 3.
Right. It was crazy. You know, I love him. I loved him to death when I was younger, and I still respect him to this day as an artist. I just don't listen to him as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I'm bumping Lil Durk, a little bit of Pooh, Kalani, still my number one favorite artist all time. Love her. Trying to think of somebody else. Missy Elliott, Pharrell. All the locals.
The list can go on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the list goes on.
All right, dope. So, you know, also, you know, you named a few Virginia people. So how do you feel about the Virginia music scene and just scene in general, the development and stuff now?
I tell you what, it's a lot of talent in Virginia. Like, it wasn't this many people, at least when I remember, it wasn't this many people rapping and, you know, really trying to tap into something. Like, I'm really proud of all the people that are, you know, really trying to make a career, you know, trying to do music, trying to rap, because, you know what I'm saying, it's good, you know, it's keeping people out of trouble. It's really keeping people out of trouble. But the music scene here is dope. Every single artist that I've networked with or collabed with, like, it's just been dope, full of energy. I personally love the music scene in Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think it's like, you know, we were talking before we turned the cameras on, just like how since like 2018, it's been, you know, just, you know, revving up.
Yeah.
So, you know, where do you see, you know, yourself like in the next 5, 10 years? You know, trying to stay out here? You trying to, you know, move to a more like bigger city?
Right. Honestly, next 10 years, I'm hoping I got a house in Florida, my vacation house, and my house in Atlanta, man, because I really feel like over these next 10 years, I'm going to, you know, I'm just going to keep going at this music stuff. I'm not going to, there's no plan B, you know what I'm saying? It's music or it's nothing. So I'm just, you know, leap. Hopefully by then, you know, I'm living in Atlanta or, you know, one of the major hub cities, you know, just working, grinding my music if I'm not, you know, not already at the BET Awards. So that's where I hope to be, and that's where I plan to be. So
dope. So, you know, let's go back to the project, Dawn of Dawn. So do want to talk a little more about that, put some spotlight on it. So what is your favorite songs off the project?
Ooh, my favorite song is probably Living, and it's not a rap song, it's not a pop song, you know, it's just a feel-good record. It's a really personal record as well. So that's probably my favorite song collectively on the album, but my favorite turn-up song is probably Throw It Back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my song.
So a nice mix of everything.
Yeah, good mix of everything. Yep.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, your production is just crazy.
Thank you.
Just sound, how you put it together, it's a real cohesive project, and, you know, just the songs.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's one thing I will say that I do try to take my time on. It's just, I will spend my time in the studio just making sure everything's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely really appreciate you saying that. I do.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it speaks. So,
Thank
you know, just when you, like you said, you have the background in it, but when you actually sit down and do a song, you know, are you thinking about the next song, like a project, how it's going to flow? Does that matter to you, or just whatever just hits for you? I'm going to just put it together.
Honestly, it's kind of more like when I went through, you know, how the EP is going to go, I kind of made it like, okay, let me turn them up. Let me bring them back. Let me vibe with them a little bit. And let's turn them up again. And the way it ended the EP was with, you know, my favorite song, and I just slowed it all the way down. So I just felt like, you know, gave it a lot of energy and then just kind of slowed it down. But I mean, just kind of put it together. I wanted the people to listen to my EP, you know, take some ups and downs. So
yeah, certain rhythm to it.
Yeah,
for sure. Dope. Okay, so you you know, used EP. I know a lot of people come up here like, yes, EP mixtape. It's like they're very specific with how they classify their stuff.
Yes.
So like from the artist's point of view, like how do you view that? Like what would you classify as an album versus an EP? Like why not an album?
I would say, you know, if you want to be technical, it truly just doesn't have that many songs. You know what I'm saying? 7 songs, that'd be a real short album. I would be disappointed if my favorite artist came out with a 7-track, you know, album. But, you know, I just feel like an EP, I definitely classified it as such because it was short. You know, it's under 20 minutes. sends a message, and it shows you exactly who I am as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I would I feel like you do. You really have to pay attention to the technicalities when you do that, because if you say EP, people are expecting something short and powerful. You say album, somebody's expecting a long, drawn out, going through a story type thing. So yeah, that's kind of how I classify it, at least.
Okay, dope. So, with this project, you plan to like continue on with like, I guess, doing shows. I know when people drop that, they get a little more active. So,
yeah.
How's your like right at the top of summer too?
Right.
So, how's your like rollout for summer? What can people expect?
Man, you could expect a lot of shows from me. I didn't do any performing, and if I did, I definitely wasn't posting about it, just because I was so ready for this EP to drop, and I was so ready for summertime. So yeah, I'm about to be out in Virginia, everywhere. Okay. You feel me? Everywhere. So
dope to hear. Yeah, I feel like the energy can be crazy.
Yep.
The summer is just people trying to get back into the swing of things. So
yeah, and that's the thing too. The shows, your people are ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're ready to be in the crowd, ready to have fun. So ready to put on a show for y'all.
Dope. Speaking of having fun, do you plan to do any traveling, like hitting different cities, and what's some upcoming trips for you?
I'm actually pretty busy in the month of July. I leave in a couple of days, actually. I'm going to New York. I have a publishing deal with Universal. So we're going to be hitting the studio, networking, doing some good things, doing some business things, and I'm going to be in New York. So I'm really excited about that trip. Also plan on going to Atlanta and Florida in the next before fall hits. So we're going to try to hit the whole East Coast. We're going to try.
Yeah, so you got any other projects you can kind of ride this out that you working on, kind of pre-planning?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm planning on dropping a lot of singles. I'm hoping I can hit y'all with a single a month. That's the plan until the end of this year, and then probably a new project or mixtape, something at the top of the year to get things popping.
Okay. So like kind of you try to do your stuff like planned out, maybe a year in advance, a few months, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like planning is key, especially for a new artist, because you got to stay on yourself. Really, organization that's helped me out a lot. So yeah, I would say that planning.
Okay. So yeah, you would still classify yourself as a new artist, even though you've been doing it for some time.
I would say the only reason why I still use that term new artist is really because I feel like I'm new to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? People around here do know of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say they don't. I do have a little bit of, a buzz going around, which is, is great. But there's a lot of people that haven't heard of me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that aren't from here that haven't heard of me. So I do classify myself as a new artist. Until I win me an award, I'm a new artist.
Okay. Yeah, get that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and I do want to talk about Lord Knows. Check that out. That's, like I said, it's crazy production and all. So, just how you curated that, what was the process, the creativity, you got the video as well behind that.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Lord knows sometimes I write so much music, sometimes I forget what I've put out and what I haven't. But yeah, Lord knows, that's a good record for me. I believe that kind of represents me as a true lyricist. I love that record. It kind of came up out of nowhere. Producer sent me a beat and I was like, I haven't heard anybody do anything like this from here. Yeah, it's time for me to go right to this. So yeah, that's kind of how that came about. And I just started flowing. I said, Lord knows. After that, I just... It was
a rap?
Yeah, it was a rap.
What?
It was a rap.
So did you have any like visuals at all? Like talking about just all encompassing governor school, any like sites on directing and that type of stuff?
I don't. I just know when I go into something that, has to be kind of coordinated and everything, I know there's a certain look that I want in my head. I'll think of it. It's really, as soon as I feel, the song is finished, I've already got the video in my head. Halfway through writing a song, I usually have the video throughout because I know exactly what I want. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have any directing practice or anything at the governor's school, but I watched so many people do it. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of picking up and learning behind the scenes is kind of how I learned it.
Okay. So, like you said, you already got the visuals or the video planned out, but you know, even though you're not trying to direct, you do have like that kind of visual sense for, you know, what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I am trying to, you know, in every aspect of my music, I'm still trying to really focus and zone in on everything. So the visuals, definitely trying to get those up. So.
Okay. So also, you know, like I said, with the visuals, want to talk about like a little bit about TikTok. Are you up there?
Yes, I am on TikTok. Yeah.
That, you know, because I know you know, live on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. But you know, how was that for you, just in terms of, because I know it like provides a lot of opportunities for artists. You're able to do challenges and stuff like that. So how's that for you?
Man, for some reason, I still haven't, you know, cracked that TikTok algorithm. But I'm still trying to tap into it, you know. I've seen people go viral on TikTok for the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. So if they can do it, I can do it. I'm going to just keep trying to push that algorithm, see what I can do. Hopefully something will click one day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, also, I was going to ask, you know, before we close out, like, what do you have, you know, coming next? I mean, I guess it's any type of things you want to let the viewers know where they should be at, catch you, like, you know, what to stay tuned into.
Look, thebabydon.com and my Instagram, TheBabydon. That's how you get all the updates on my music. I will also be dropping the number that everybody can text Don to, D-O-N, to get live updates, when I'm going to be performing, where I'm going to be performing, how you can get my new merchandise, all of that. Merchandise coming soon. It's a lot of shows coming this summer, and I'm about to be dropping a whole lot of music. So I just want y'all to keep staying tapped in, okay? Because it's about to get real crazy out here. I'm telling you, mark my words.
And we actually did miss something. We got to type into the merch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, looking right at it, too.
Yeah, you know.
You got the shirt, the chain, the hat.
Yeah. Trying to get the merch up. You know, that's coming soon. If anybody wants any of these things, you're just going to have to wait. But I will be doing a giveaway very, very soon. So stay tuned in to all of my social media, because you can win a chance to win all of this. Signed by the Baby Don.
So did you design that yourself, or like had the vision, or you just like collaborated with somebody?
What's crazy is my mom actually like helped with most of this design, but no, we did have a graphic artist do this, but we were like the shark, the megalodon. That's kind of where I got my name from too. Always tapped into the sharks, been my favorite animal since I was a little kid, so had to incorporate that. And I just wanted myself riding it. So I was like, throw me on a shark, put Baby Don up there, put some bling up there, and we got a logo.
Yeah, that's tough.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Fuck with the hat, you know, the color scheme, everything, you know, that got to do with water. I'm there, I fuck with it. So yeah,
that's
definitely.
Up.
Yeah. So you plan to do like other designs, or just kind of sticking with that and pushing that right now?
As of right now, I think I'm just gonna throw all of this. Just that everybody gonna stick to the basic designs for right now, but definitely it's gonna be, you know, some different logos, some different colorways. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nice. Gonna be nice.
Oh yeah, save me a shirt.
For sure, I'm gonna get you one, man.
All right,
for sure.
And a hat. Yeah.
Okay, like the hat.
Yeah. No.
For sure.
Yeah, appreciate you pulling up today.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, yeah, definitely. Like I said, appreciate your music. You know, you moving out here, adding to the culture, the scene. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me tap in, Baby Don.
And we out.
10, 25, do it for the ain't. I make bank in a minute. Shorty said you want. Yeah, I know, but my account saying different. You ain't gotta like me. I can make the whole dance team in a dope.